The Grand Valley Auto Sports Desk, sponsored by Grand Valley Auto.
Welcome back to the Final Whistle and/or the Grand Valley Sports Desk. We're still working on it. I'll go ahead and give you the clearance to pick which you prefer. We're rocking with the GVA background for now. That color just works better for me. Joining you once again, Garrett Brown. And if you're tuning in to take a break from the NCAA tournament and your bracket being in shambles like mine, well, I hate to break it to you, but we're going to go ahead and circle back around to another busy day of hoops later on in the show. But for now, we have spring sports in full swing on the Western Slope, and that means action on the baseball and softball diamonds. CMU softball is tearing through their conference schedule, entering play today. The Mavs had won 16 in a row, but would get a tough test in their next game on their schedule, welcoming in CSU Pueblo, the Thunderwolves, for 4 games, including a doubleheader today. Game 1 extended the streak to 17 in a row, but not without a little drama first. In a pitching duel that took extra frames to resolve between two of the RMAC's top pitchers, CMU's Jesselyn Gallegos and CSU Pueblo's McKenna James. After going back and forth with a lot of goose eggs in the box score, Jesselyn Gallegos picks up the win after pitching 11 innings. She pitched all 11 innings in this game, and CMU scored the winning run in the 11th as they loaded the bases with 1 out, and the Central alumni Maya Arrieta wins it on a walk-off sac fly to take Game 1. Game 2, meanwhile, if you're a fan of pitching and defense, this was the game for you. Kaylin Parsons with a nice play from the hot corner here for CMU, but the Wolves defense was just as stout as they carried a 1-0 lead late in the ballgame, and then they capitalized on a rare CMU defensive miscue. They'd have an errant pickoff throw to second, and the Thunderwolf would score on the play. Mavs scratched 2 late runs across the board in the 6th, but it was still their turn to be on the wrong end of a 1-run ball game as the streak is snapped at 17. CSU Pueblo takes this one 3-2. These two teams will meet for 2 more tomorrow, and it'll be 2 more very important contests. Taking a look at the RMAC standings, Colorado Mesa is firmly in the number 3 spot behind first place Colorado Christian and MSU Denver, who the Mavs split a doubleheader with earlier on in the season. But CSU Pueblo is 1 spot behind the Mavs, looking to chase them down. We have their overall records on this listed on this graphic, but CSU Pueblo is only 2 behind the Mavs in the conference standings. As for the Maverick baseball team, they wrapped up a 4-game sweep over in Golden against Colorado School of Mines, winning 14-9. Catcher Noah Newfield hit a pair of home runs to lead the charge and drove in 5 runs in the Mavericks' 16-hit attack. And the reigning RMAC Player of the Week, Cameron Cartwright, hit another homer, his 6th of the season, as his strong start to the season continues. The Mavericks outscored Mines 61-25 and hit 9 home runs in this 4-game set. The win ran CMU's winning streak to 9 in a row. They'll be on the road when they play again, taking on Utah Valley Tuesday. Sticking with baseball, but now at the high school level with the high school baseball season in full swing, now's the time for teams across the West Slope to start piling wins onto their resumes. Let's head out to Simplesio. Final couple of innings of this game between the Fruita Monument Wildcats taking on Castleview. Fruita down 5, running out of time. Cats trying to generate some sort of a spark. Great bunt here by the Wildcats right at the first baseman. Castleview gets themselves out of this inning. Wildcats on defense looking for a quick inning, and they turn to the southpaw Gavin Cardoza to get him out of it scot-free. He attacks the zone, and then also gets some heads-up defense here in center by Jet Wells, tracking it down on the run for the out. That certainly doesn't hurt. Fruita does get 1 run in the inning. Next time they are up to bat, fielder's choice allows Jimmy Hawkins to cross home plate, but Fruita ultimately could not close the gap completely. The visiting SaberCats take this one winning at a final of 12-8. Fruita will look to rebound in a league matchup with Montrose Tuesday. And let's look at some of the other scores that have come across the desk. The Palisade Bulldogs, they stay scorching hot, winners of 5 in a row with back-to-back wins over in the Front Range with Holy Family, the latest, a 3-1 win for the Bulldogs. All 3 of those Palisade runs coming off the bat of Hunter Howard via a home run. All right, we need to get to break already, but when we return, the Rockies, they suffered a heartbreaking defeat in Game 1 of 162 of their season. Could round 2 with the Rays yield their first win of the year? Well, the Colorado Rockies suffered a tough start to the 2025 season yesterday, where the first pitch in the bottom of the 9th was hit out of the yard for a Tampa Bay walk-off home run, but the Rockies still have 161 games ahead of them. Would game 161 minus 1, the math doesn't check out there, but you get what I'm saying, would Game 2 of the season yield their first win of the campaign? Let's head out to Steinbrenner Field, spring training home of the Yankees, home of the Rays in 2025, and when we join this one, Rays threatening early on. Jonathan Aranda doubles on a line to left field, and Junior Caminero is on the move. But a great reminder, kids watching, always hit the cutoff man as the Rockies defense shoots that down at the plate, and we remain scoreless in this one. And defense would just rule the day for the Rocks. This next clip we're going to get to here in just a second. Taylor Wallace grounds out to the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar, who makes a great catch and then stays on balance to throw to first for the out. Rockies break through on the scoreboard when Brenton Doyle hits a seeing eye grounder up the gut that allows the Rockies runner to come all the way around to score from second. 1-0 Colorado in the bottom of the third. And remember the thing I said about always hitting the cutoff man? Well, you can actually go ahead and disregard that, but only if you have an arm like Nick Martini, who's able to gun down another Rays runner trying to score here, and the Rockies shutout stays intact after the great play at the plate. They go on to record their first win of 2025 at a final of 2-1 Rockies, but first, check out this great catch in center from Brenton Doyle. The Colorado Avalanche, meanwhile, they were on the wrong side of a 2-1 game, losing to the St. Louis Blues. You can find a full recap of that game on our app or website. We already need to get a break again, but when we return, it's bracket time. Don't go anywhere. All right, the tournament goes on. We got the bracket behind us. The field gets cut down more and more. Depending on when you're watching this, you might actually, actually it looks like this game just wrapped up, so that's actually a good place to start. Let's go to the East Regional Final over here between Duke and Alabama. This one was close for a pretty good while. Duke really pulled away, particularly late in the second half of this one. And the Blue Devils, we have a 1 seed moving on to the Final Four. I'm going to go ahead and click this one and then hop back over here. Another team to get through is one of the 1 seeds again. This one was a lot closer. Florida, similar to what we saw them do against UConn a couple rounds ago. Texas Tech was leading for actually a large majority of this game. I believe they're up 9 with about 5 minutes to go. I don't have the numbers directly in front of me, but Florida just seemingly could not miss down the stretch. As they pull away from Texas Tech, they are heading on to the Final Four. We do have 2 games coming up, and we have 2 more tickets left to punch. And potentially, we could have an all 1 seed Final Four. Houston's taking on Tennessee in Indianapolis. That will be a tough one for the Houston Cougars. They'll see if they can move on. And then we have Auburn taking on another 2 seed in the Michigan State Spartans and Tom Izzo. That'll be another tricky one. We got a lot of great basketball lying ahead. We got all high seeds here. We got a toss to break here. We're going to wrap the show. Don't go anywhere. All right, it's just me, no final drive this week. That's going to do it for the Final Whistle. If you don't have any plans tomorrow, you got baseball, you got basketball. We're really just in a great time of the sports calendar. Again, that's going to do it for the Final Whistle. Hey, we got the little thing in this time. Perfect. I'm Garrett Brown. Thanks again for watching.